My name is Nicholas Fenton, and I'm using the Wisconsin Ironman as a way to try to raise money for the Bonnie J. Addario Lung Cancer Foundation.
My name is Jessie Strow. I lost my grandma, Josephine Shedd, to lung cancer in July of 2010.
My name is Tristan Leonard, and I lost my grandma Jay to lung cancer, and it's actually been about a year.
I've been doing triathlons for 8 years now. Started doing them with my brother-in-law. He asked me to be a part of his relay team, and I did the swim part and fell in love with it. Fell in love with the sport and loved pushing myself and trying to be competitive and using it as a way to try to become healthy. I chose to fundraise for lung cancer because 2 people in my life that I'm very close to were affected by it. Not themselves, but their families. The first would have to be my fiance and future wife, Jessie Strow. She lost her grandmother to lung cancer. She lost her before I came into the picture, before she met me. So it's really hard because her family constantly talks about her and what an amazing person she is.
She was my grandma, but she was a lot more than that. She was one of my best friends. She was my biggest supporter. She helped raise me from 6 weeks old till I was about 16. My mom would drop me off at my grandma and grandpa's house, and my grandma taught me how to sew, she taught me how to color, she taught me how to do so many things. She taught me so many things about life.
And it's rough because I've seen Jessie laugh talking about her.
Her sense of humor, she never, ever, ever sweared. She never said a bad word, but when it slipped, it was hysterical. Her little side comments were so witty and so clever.
On the other hand, I have my best friend and my future best man in my wedding, Tristan Leonard. Tristan lost his grandmother also to lung cancer, and she was an awesome woman.
She was real special to me. My parents divorced in high school, and then my mom had another tough relationship later on in high school and then early college. And my grandma kind of acted as my second mom. She was always my place to escape.
She was always so much fun to be around and so, full of energy and always smiling, and she just loved doing things for people.
She was a huge supporter of my baseball games. And she probably went to every single home game I had in high school. When we were doing like will reads and stuff, they were looking at clothes. It wasn't hard, but it was heartbreaking. And she had a bunch of my sweatshirts. I hadn't seen them in years.
She found out she had lung cancer when she started having back problems. She was constantly in the garden. She was constantly active, constantly doing something. So her having back problems wasn't out of the norm.
She thought she had vertigo, and she had headaches, and she was real dizzy and stuff. And she went to the doctor. They told her she had vertigo, gave her ear drops and everything. A couple weeks later, she still had it, so they went and did a head scan. That's when they found the brain tumor.
They told us it was stage 4, and they had high hopes that she would have a prolonged life, but because of her age, they kind of assumed that it wasn't going to be very long.
They originally told her 4 months. That 4 months came and went. They told her 8 months came and went. They told her maybe up to a year, and it came and went. And she ended up passing away in 2014 March. So
wow.
She fought for a while.
Before I got on the plane, I had told my mom that I had 5 letters waiting for my mom to read to my grandma every day that I was going to be gone. And each one of those letters had a memory of my grandma and I that we shared, or something that she taught me. And my mom was only able to get through the second day. And then I flew back and I read her the last 3 the day before she passed.
It had been probably a week or so where they had warned us that it was going to be any time. It had probably been 3 or 4 weeks since she had been coherent, so it was a tough road at the end, and we didn't want it to happen. We didn't want it to pass away, but she was in quite a lot of pain at the end, so it wasn't a relief by any means, but I was glad she wasn't in pain anymore.
The biggest thing that she's gonna miss is going to be my wedding.
She had a huge garden at the lake house, and she always carried 20-40 pound manure sacks up and down. You know, she wasn't one who shied away from anything, so when she got this, and she was more angry than anything that it was gonna kind of take away from what she did.
She's a feisty Italian woman. She can fight about anything, and she definitely gave the hardest fight.
For a year and a half living after being told 4 months, I think she fought as hard as she could. She did every option she could, brain radiation and any type of chemo and everything like that. So she exhausted every single option she had before this time.
All the money that I'm trying to fundraise will go straight to the Bonnie J. Adario Lung Cancer Foundation. I've already paid for my entry fee into the Ironman, so I paid for that. I'm going to pay for my way to get there. So none of the money that I am fundraising, I will see it all. It'll all go straight to them, and it's going to be used for patient care, and it's going to go for research and anything else they feel fit to help people that have been affected with lung cancer.
I'm Jessie Stroud, and it's time to beat lung cancer.
My name is Tristan Leonard, and it's time to beat lung cancer.
My name is Nicholas Fenton, and it's time to beat lung cancer.